What's up, everybody? Duane here from Two Goalies, One Mic with your Sabres post-game show. I'll hang up and listen. Brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, make sure you make it a Fatty Beer. Let them know Two Goalies, One Mic sent you. And, of course, as always, extreme discount mattress. Unbelievable savings, up to 80% off of your everyday low prices, which are already 1/3 to 1/2 the price of the competitors' so-called sales prices. Stop into their closeout and liquidation center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga to see for yourself. Open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. One of a kind closeouts and discontinued models. You'll find premium mattresses for pennies on the dollar. No phony markup or markdown gimmicks. These mattresses are the real deal. Sabres drop, a heartbreaker in my opinion. I thought they should have won the game. I thought they played more than well enough to win the game. A heartbreaker to the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-3 in overtime on a goal from John Tavares. His 499th goal, to say the least. So it's definitely a game that you wanted real bad. You're happy to take 3 out of 4 points, but yeah, need the win there, in my opinion. That was a tough one, no doubt about it. For me, it's like, I hate to point to the guy that everyone's blaming on Twitter, including myself, but I think I might here. Like, your goalie cost you a point tonight, no doubt about it. That third goal was absolutely inexcusable. That can't go in. That can't go in. You weren't really screened very much. I believe it was by Nicholas Roy in front. It's a floater that, even if you've only got one game in the AHL under your belt since the start of the season, I mean, that's a very routine save. Very, very routine save. I didn't even like the second goal by Machicelli. Like, to me, I felt UPL fell forward and gave up that glove side instead of just being in position. I think, he was really good on his skates there. I need a save. I need 2 saves that game. Honestly, if we're not counting that goal, I need the John Tavares game in overtime. Like, that is a big time save that Alex Lyon has been giving you, and you didn't get it tonight from UPL. He let you down. Not going to blame the entire loss on him, but to me, that's gotta be a save. Yeah, the tying goal. You can blame people like Owen Power and Jack Quinn there in overtime. Rasmus Dahlin, like, I know we got Mauricio here. Quinn should have shot the puck. Absolutely waited way too long, and everybody was already way too low on the play there. You have to be responsible in 3-on-3 overtime and not allow John Tavares to get behind you the way he did. That's on them too, not just on UPL. But again, I need a save. From Connor. UPL needs to be removed from the team for his lack of performance and his time with the team is over. Listen, it is his first game back technically in the NHL, at least for the Sabres. But I don't know, man. We talked about this last night on last night's installment of I'll Hang Up and Listen, and me and Connor got into it. We absolutely got into it. I said, this can't happen. Like, this legitimately can't. Like I want nothing to do with a 3-goalie rotation. And I mean, Connor has always been kind of pro UPL. I've never been against UPL, so to speak, but like, I just always felt like, Devin Levi is the future of this franchise. I don't think UPL has it mentally to be a consistent starting goaltender in the NHL. And I think he kind of proved that tonight. I think when you really find out who a competitor is, who a hockey player is, who a goalie is, when their back is up against the wall. And this is the definition of having your back up against the wall. You have 2 goaltenders who are performing well. I mean, Colton Ellis only played 1 game, just like UPL this season, but he performed very well against a red-hot Detroit team. Alex Lyon has been the workhorse, has been absolutely fantastic for them all season long. So for me, like, if you're UPL, this is a very put up or shut up year. I mean, isn't it that obvious? to me, it's obvious. Like, this is the year that you have to prove that you belong and that you should be here. Um, and you didn't get that from him tonight. We'll say we're knocking rust off. Okay, we'll do that. He played a decent game for Rochester in a 4-2 win earlier in the week. I also don't understand actually why you even called. Okay, so Colton Ellis got sick. All right, so obviously he couldn't play. But before Colton Ellis was ever sick, you called up UPL after one game in Rochester. I just don't understand the thinking there. If the plan was, as Lindy Ruff said, to start Colton Ellis today, then why didn't you just leave UPL to play more in Rochester? I mean, granted, I'm happy for Devin Levi getting revenge over Laval last night, and I'm pretty sure he probably would have gotten that game regardless. But I think you should have taken as much time as you needed with UPL in Rochester than you should have rushing him into the situation. Granted, it worked out. You needed him and you had him. But honestly, I said it the other night. I said, if it were up to me, I would have asked Alex Lyon if he thought he could go again. I know at 33, 34 years old, it's tough, easier said than done. The amount of games that guy has in the NHL underneath his belt. But if it was me, I would have asked him, like, hey, can you go back to back? Do you think you could do it? I know you're risking his health in saying that, but I don't know, man. I just, yeah, I don't know. Again, but you're happy you take 3 out of 4 points. It's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow because A, it's a divisional game. B, it's the Leafs. You mean it would have been awesome to take all 4 points from the Leafs. I don't know. I'll hit some of your comments here because I don't have much time because I know Dave Myers and the boys from Built in Buffalo have their show at 9. So I just wanted to come in. I wasn't even going to do a post game show because of the Jays game, and I wasn't sure how many of you guys would be in here. But you're plenty of you, and I'm happy to see it. I appreciate it. So that being said, guys, I appreciate you hopping on with me, even if it's just for a 15-minute show. Yeah, Alex Tuck, Tage Thompson, both. Tage Thompson. I'm sorry. With another 2-point night, a goal and assist last night, a goal and assist tonight. I thought it looked really good. That spinorama shot was awesome. His first goal was a rocket. I don't know. I think that you, yeah, I don't know. Alex Tuck, I want to talk about this too. The phantom misconduct call on Alex Tuck. I guess I can understand the instigator to an extent, even though Jake McCabe was the one who dropped his gloves first. I mean, to me, that's just what he's the one that dropped his gloves first. How is Tuck getting the instigator when he wasn't even the first one to drop his gloves? He had trouble getting his gloves off. I understand, like, he kind of engaged McCabe after the hit, but on Byram. But at the same time, I've seen more egregious hits get 5-minute majors and even misconducts. So I guess I'm left scratching my head as how Buffalo ended up on the penalty kill there. Like, in a 10-minute misconduct, taking a guy like Alex Tuck out of the game for an addition, like a 10 minutes beyond that. Like, to me, that was horseshit. That was absolute horseshit. I don't know. So, like, I hit some more of your comments here. How about the terrible Tuck penalty call? Is that in what world do you call that? Like, yeah, like, I don't understand the instigator. I don't understand the misconduct. If you want to call it a wash and have it just be 4-on-4, I'd been fine with that. To me, that's a head scratcher. Only in Toronto, right? Only in Toronto. I see a lot of criticism of Owen Power here in the chat. I do agree to an extent. Like, today was probably his worst game of the season. I don't think we're ever going to make Power is a bust happy in the chat, but yeah, I think Owen Power hasn't been bad this season. I mean, I know you in the chat, you don't like him, and I understand that. I've been very critical of him too. If you've been around long enough, I have been very critical of Owen Power over the past 2 years. But at the same breath, I don't know. I I I'll take one bad game personally out of what 8 so far, 9. Like to me, Owen Power really wasn't the problem tonight. I mean, he made a mistake there in overtime, but that game should have never gotten to overtime. Um, I thought they were getting bodies and pucks to the net. Even on the goal that was called off by Kulik, like you're getting bodies in the net. That definitely was not a goal, no doubt about it. That was goalie interference. But the fact that you're just showing a lot of fearlessness around the net, um, yeah, that's huge, and that's something we haven't seen from this team in the past. So there are good things to come out of this bet home and home, even tonight, and say, okay, that looks like a winning style of hockey for the most part. I mean, this wasn't obviously their best game, but they definitely, in my opinion, played more than good enough to win. To me, I just you need to make saves. You need to make timely saves. Alex Lyon has been doing that for you all season long. When you need it. Uh, I need a save there in overtime. I need that save on the third goal. We could talk about the second goal a little bit. I personally would have liked to save there too. And then this isn't me just being negative because I don't like UPL. No, I think UPL has the ability to be a very good goaltender in the NHL. I just don't think he has everything it takes to be a consistent goalie in the NHL. I Greg here. Greg had a goal. We had a decent game for his first game back. Injury, hate that third, but that is the biggest. That third goal that UPL let in, but the biggest hate was 3 guys on the ice letting the gifted. Yeah, we covered that. Darlene, Power, and Quinn. Yes, but your goalie just needs to make a save too. You need your goalie to make a save in overtime. That's a clutch moment, Greg. I'm sorry. I just won't buy that. You need a save from your goalie there. He is getting paid $4.75 million to make that save, and he didn't. And he didn't make the third save either. And I don't want to hear this crap that, oh, it's Ross, this and there. He's been practicing. He did get a game in Rochester. And it's not like that third goal was some otherworldly shot. It was a floater. It was a floater. Like, come on. What are we talking about here? And again, I know it's John Tavares. I know it's a breakaway in overtime, but make a save there. Just make a save. I don't know, man. Right now, he's finding himself third in the depth chart. Because again, Colton Ellis was supposed to start tonight. And again, once again, his back is against the wall, and he needs to step up, or he might find himself in a trade out of Buffalo. Because I can't see them doing this 3-goalie thing all year long. No way. Absolutely not. I just can't see it. There's just no way. There's no way. We have Columbus on Tuesday, a few days here to bounce back, reset. You grab some much needed divisional points against Detroit. You got 2 points. You got 3 out of 4 against Toronto. Your next divisional game is against Boston, following Columbus. So again, you got Columbus on Tuesday. I imagine Lyon will be in net for that one. I don't have much more. I guess I want to just come in here and chime in and just give my thoughts, because being against Toronto, that's the most frustrating part of all this. I can't stand losing to Toronto. Everybody knows how much I hate that hockey team. So that being said, guys, I do want to remind you this has been brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room, with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, please make sure you make it a Fatty Beer. Let them know 2 goalies, 1 Mike sent you. And as always, here is a brief message from Extreme Discount Mattress.
We know with Skechers, your day starts with the comfort and support you need for your feet. And now that same innovation has made its way to the bedroom. Introducing the Skechers Sleep System. With cooling SketchKnit fabric, pressure-relieving Skechers Max cushioning, and our Skechers Posture Fit support system. Your day ends just like it began, with Skechers comfort that never stops. Skechers mattresses, exclusively at Extreme Discount Mattress, the lowest prices in the nation.
Hopefully the boys in blue and gold tonight have a good mattress to go home and sleep on tonight. If not, I highly suggest they all get over to Extreme Discount Mattress, get one of those Skechers mattresses. They look crazy comfortable. I might actually look into it myself. I myself need a new mattress too. So that being said, guys, Thanks for tuning in. I know it was a short one. I know you guys are all probably getting ready to go watch the Blue Jays game. But Sabres drop one in OT today to the Toronto Maple Leafs, but take 3 out of 4 points. So you got to find the bright side in everything. Let me see. So hope you guys all have a great night. Go Jays. And as always, go Sabres. Talk to you later.